Hello everyone. So in the last class we have discussed about introduction about me, and today we are going to discuss about one of the most fundamental topic of the chemistry. It is required for all the standards, like from 8th class to till the 12th class, even for long term JL, TG TET, C TET also, DSC, and even for the teachers also. Without these all, so this I just named it as Super 6 Basics of Chemistry. So without delaying much, let us see that and what are those Super 6 Basics and how are we going to learn with the simple tricks and also easy to memorize very easily, and same thing you can use it. Why? Because it is very important to learn how we have to memorize it is for a long time. So without memorizing it for a long time in a simplest manner, it's very tough to move forward and also remember it for a long time. So without delaying much time, so today's once again welcome back to my channel, and this is a very much the free course for every student, and you can follow this channel and by subscribing it and also follow it step by step what I am going to take you this entire journey. I am going to take you with the step by step process. If you don't follow the previous class, this class is not going to be easy for you. Without delaying much, our today's topic is one of the most exciting topic, that is Super 6 Basics of Chemistry. In this Super 6 Basics of Chemistry, we have to know the first basic of chemistry for all standards for everyone. I can say that 1 to 30 elements, atomic numbers we have to know. And without knowing the atomic numbers, I'll tell you how are they connected with each other and why are they most important. And each and every basic we are going to have a separate class, and so that you can pay your attention more and you can have enough time to work on it and come back to the next class. And you can see that in each and every day I'm going to give you one class for one basic. It is very important for organic as well, inorganic as well, and physical also, and many competitive exams. These are the most important points where you will get the questions, especially TET and CTET and other exams also, along with NEET and JEE mains and foundations. Now our second basic, as I said, our first basic is learning 1 to 30 elements. Our second basic is learning 1 to 30 elements, atomic masses. First one is atomic number, which we represent with Z, and second one is atomic mass, which we represent with A, and second one is simplest electronic configuration. So this is a third basic. Our third basic is related to this, and our fourth basic is orbital electronic configuration. So orbital electronic configuration is also one of the most important thing where you have to pay your attention. And after knowing this, then we have to go back to the ions. So where we have to pay our more attention. At last, after having strong command on all these basics, you will be able to know some important compounds chemical formulae. So now let us see this. One trick I'll tell you why we have to learn this and why we are moving forward with this kind of pattern with this sequence. So without knowing the atomic number, it's very difficult to know its atomic mass. You will get to know that why it is so. And without knowing the atomic number, it's very tough to write its electronic configuration. Without knowing the electronic configuration, it's very difficult to write its ionic formula, and without knowing its ionic formula, we have to then we'll face so many problems in writing in the molecular formula. And without writing in a molecular formula, molecular mass is very tough. So as molecular mass, without molecular mass you can't go for the number of moles. So you might have understood very well what is this sequence, why are we going with this sequence, and why we need to pay more attention on the Super 6 basics of a chemistry. So in this today's class, we are going to learn the first one, whatever, like, then the first and, then second basic. The second basic of that, then we have to learn it. The second basics, let us learn, like, the second basic. As we have discussed already in our previous class about the first basic, now in this class we are going to learn about the second basic. As I said, without knowing the atomic number, it's very tough to know the atomic mass. We'll see how. And this we are going to learn with one of the superb simplest trick which I have derived and which is very much easy to remember. And let us, without delaying much time, we'll go forward. So now, as I said in the previous class, we have discussed about, so what do you mean by the atomic number? So we know that, and we have discussed in the last class, atomic number is nothing but number of protons. So for the neutral atom, like I am saying, neutral is nothing but which is not having any charge upon it, any particular charge. If any atom, if it is not having any charge upon it, either it may be a positive charge or it may be a negative charge. If there is no charge, then that particular atom we call it as the neutral atom. And in that neutral atom, why it is neutral atom means number of positive, like the protons are always equal to the electrons. That's why they are neutral. So we can say that number of protons are equal to number of electrons. So this number of protons is very much important for us, even for the mass number. Now let us see that the mass number is nothing but number of protons plus neutrons. The mass number is nothing but number of protons plus neutrons number in an atom. Together we call it as mass numbers. And in this mass numbers, so we have to just then see that, so what we are going to do this, and how we are going to do this, and everything we are going to see this. And in this particular case, let us see this. It is represented with A, and this is also called as, like, number of protons and neutrons, as these all are present together in the nucleus. So that's why these two together we called as nucleons as well. And it is also, like in this case, nucleons, that whatever the neutrons present in that, they represented with N. So this is the atom, how we represent in this atom. So we are going to discuss about, so one is, like, then A represent the atomic mass, and here Z represent the atomic number. And this atomic mass is nothing but atomic number as well as the number of neutrons. For example, if I want to show you what do you mean by the atomic number and atomic mass, carbon atom, if I take the carbon atom, here C represents, like, then carbon, and this 12, atomic number of the carbon, and this 12 represents atomic mass. So let us see how we can just learn. So these are the list of some, then elements, whatever, just then we are going to have it. And these are the elements which we are having it here. So with the, like, you can just say it as 1 to 30 elements. All the elements atomic masses are present here. It's very tough to remember all 1 to 30 elements. It's very tough to remember all 1 to 30 elements for a long time, but it is always very, very important. So to remember them and also to work on them for a long time. Let us see this. In this particular case, we are having how we can remember all these 30 elements with a simple trick, so which I have derived. So let us see the trick, how it works. Now I have divided this all, like, then 30 elements into two segments. One is the segment number 1, that is 1 to 20 elements. and segment number 2 and 32, so 21 to 30 elements. So without delaying, let us see this. This 1 to 20 elements, I have applied the method called, there are two shortcuts I have prepared. One is Hikan Nems Siska. Hikan Nems Siska. Here He stands for helium, C stands for carbon, and O stands for oxygen, N stands for nitrogen. Ne stands for the neon, and Mg stands for the magnesium. Si stands for silicon, S stands for sulfur, Ca stands for calcium. What happens exactly in this Hikan Namsiska? In this Hikan Namsiska, elements which are present in this particular formula, their atomic mass is equal to exactly double to their atomic number. That's why I said why atomic number is very important. In the initially I said that without knowing atomic number you can't learn atomic mass. That is why here you have to see that. And the second one, whatever you just see that the elements, remaining elements, whatever just then they are there. So they are like having then their atomic masses are equal to their atomic number into 2 and add plus 1 into 2 and add plus 1. Same thing if you want to simplify it with the even more simple shortcut. So this method I called it as even odd method. So from 1 to 20 elements, the elements which are present with the even atomic number, their atomic mass is equal to exactly double to their atomic number. For the elements which are having odd atomic numbers, their atomic mass is equal to double their atomic number and add plus 1. Yes. So in this 1 to 20 elements, we are having some elements are like, then one or two elements they are exception which they do not follow this method. Hydrogen, its mass is 1. Nitrogen, though it is odd number, but it is following even method. A chlorine is having the mass like 35.5 and argon is having the 40. And coming back to the next one, I think you might have understood this point, but actually you have to learn all these basics in the live classroom of mine. And as many students are outside the classroom and they are staying in the villages and tribal areas, so I thought it may be more useful to all of you. Even method and odd method. Even method is nothing but exactly double to their atomic number. Odd method is nothing but atomic numbers which all are odd, their masses are double plus 1. Now coming back to the second then part of these masses, as I said 21 to 30, I called this as pair relation method. I splitted all the elements like all the elements which all are present here. So those elements which they are just having it here, so those mass then you can just say it as, so those masses I have divided into two parts. One is that is 45, 21 to 22 is one pair, and then 20 like then after that 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So these are the only two elements which are present between 45 to 50. Between 40 to 50 you can say that 21 is 45, 22 is 48. The second one is 23 and 24. These are the two elements present side by side. 23 is 51, 24 is 52. Somewhat easier than first pair. The next pair is even more easy. So that is 25. The last number is 5. It is 55. 26. The last number is 6 and it is 56. The next one is even more easy. 27 and 28 together they are having 59. Now the 50 next one is like 29 and 30. These are the two elements which are present between 60 to 70. 29 that is copper, that is 63.5, and the zinc whatever you are having it is 65. This is how you can learn all the elements especially 1 to 30 elements in 3 methods. One is like as I said, but in the 2 methods you can follow very strictly even and odd method for the 1 to 20 elements, and second shortcut is a pair method. You need to take some time, and if you want to experience the same thing with me in life, you can also join in my personal classes as well, as these all are the courses which all are very then free of cost courses. I'm just trying to move on very quickly, but take your time, work on it. Definitely you are going to learn very quickly. Learn it carefully, be ready for the next class. In the next class, we are going to discuss about third basic. And before that, if you have not subscribed my channel yet for the free classes, you please subscribe it quickly and share it to all the 8th to 12th students and all the competitive aspirants like TET, NET and other examinations also. Thank you so much for your patience and taking your personal time and learning. So don't stop learning. So have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care.